Hello friends, welcome back to How to Master SQL DBA with TK. And as you already know, I'm TK. I'm very excited because we are moving smoothly. Like the last class, we got all the software that we needed for our project, and also we had our introduction. So for today, we are going to be creating virtual machines. Yes, I'm excited. There's just one thing I want to mention, one mistake that I did during the last class. So let me clarify that if anybody is confused, if I confuse anybody before I move forward, I know that when I came to the bookmark, came to my favorite, and when I talked about downloading the SQL Server, I said SQL Server 2025. No, please, if you get confused, it's SQL Server 2022. I know that I know that I was going to get the Server 2025, which I got, but the SQL Server download is SQL Server 2022. So if you want to Google search that, if you got confused, you didn't know what to Google search, you should Google search SQL Server 2022 and get the developer edition. So when I rewatched the video, I saw that I made that mistake by saying that SQL Server 2025. It was Server 2025 and SQL Server 2022. All right, back to business. Let's get out from here. Now, let's go to our Hyper-V Manager and start the creation of our virtual machines. So we are going to create 3 different virtual machines that we are going to use for this project. And like I said, right, please ensure that you have a good computer. Why? Virtual machines are very resource consuming, resource intensive. If your computer is not good, your virtual machine is going to be slow, it's going to be sluggish. So please, like I said at the beginning, make sure your RAM is good. Make sure that your Intel core, it should be at least a 5 and above, and make sure that you have space on your C drive, enough space. That being said, let's go. Now, how do you create a virtual machine? Right here, you see where I say new on your right side, click on that. When you click on that, you have this right here that says virtual machine. Click on that. Then you wait for this window to open up. This window is simply just telling us that, hey, a virtual machine is a a virtual machine is a virtual computer that we are creating on our physical computer. That's all this big grammar is saying. So just hit next. Now, this is very important. You want to give your virtual machine a name. You see that where it says new virtual machine? Change it because you want that machine to be called something, right? So let's call the virtual machine, our first virtual machine is going to be called domain. Let's call it domain. Keep it simple. Just like that. Then now, let's change the location. You see where it says store virtual machine in a different location? Yep. Let's change that location. So click. And so you click that. Then you go to this PC, go to your C drive, and go to where it says VM. Remember the folder that we created. And now click on domain. Select that and select. Now click next. Now I want us to choose generation 1, right? That's something also I did not mention because most computers are 64 bits. If you have a Windows 10, Windows 11, every new computer is a 64 bit. But just in case you have an old computer, which is a 32 bit, you should choose generation 1. Generation 2 can go with what we have if you have a 64 bit, but I have had issues with generation 2. So let's just go with what I know is going to be good for us. So let's stick with generation 1. Go next. Now we can keep this, right? I don't know how much memory you have on your computer, but mine is saying that it wants to give it from a startup memory. Mine is 496. If yours is saying that like 1024, that is fine. It's giving mine 2 gigs. If it's giving yours just 1 gig because of space, don't worry. Just click next. Now, this is very important, very, very important. What it's saying, right? If you click this drop down, it's saying that it wants the virtual machine that you are going to create to be connected to the internet by default, which means that if your physical computer is connected to the internet and has internet, your virtual machine too is going to be connected and have internet. Remember, a virtual machine is an online computer. Click default switch. Now go next. Now, since we are here, this is another thing. Remember, I mentioned that please make sure you have enough space on your C drive. I believe I mentioned that I want you to have at least 400 gigs and above. This is the reason why. This virtual machine is going to reserve space this virtual machine is going to reserve space to do this virtual machine is going to reserve space to do a lot of things, and that is the reason why that's the reason why I was saying that please make sure you have enough space on that C drive. For right now, it's saying that it wants to reserve 127 gigs, right, for a maximum of 64 terabyte. But I don't want that much because this is a domain. I believe for me, I can reserve just 50 gigs is fine. So please, let's reserve 50. Go next. Now, this is very important. It says that let's install the operating system. Remember the system we got from Google, the one we just download? Yes. So click the second one, say install an operating system from CD drive. That's correct. Once you click that, also click image files. Once you click on image files, now let's browse to the location where we have it. Okay, by default, mine is picking up already. You see, this is what is picking up. If yours is not picking up, click on where it says download. Once you click on that, if I click, then remember it's under software, click on software, then yours is going to be picking up too. Once it does that, click open. Now it's open, you just click next and you click finish. Just like that, we have created our first virtual machine. But again, that is just the first stage, right? You create the virtual machine, but you still need to install the software that is going to run these virtual machines, because the software is just there, but we haven't installed them yet, right? So that is why the virtual machine is not yet completed. Okay, so let's create the second virtual machine. Right now, we are going to go faster because you know what we are doing already, right? So we go to new, go to virtual machines, then we just click next. Then the second virtual machine, we're going to name it HDC-SQL01. Then we go to we change the location I want to store, where I'm going to create it. We'll go to browse. We click on this PC right here, go to the C drive, click on the VMs, then choose the HDC-SQL01. Then we select that, we go next. Then we go select generation 1, we go next. Then we keep the same memory that's here, we go next. Then we do the drop down, we do the default switch, we go next. Then here we can keep this at 127 megabytes, right? Just keep it the way it is. We go next, and then we install our operating system. So click the second one, then you click the image files, you click on browse, and you select it, because by now, if you did the first one correctly, it should be popping up here already. So you open, and you click next, and you click finish. Just like that, boop, boop, boop. We have our second virtual machine. Now let's do the last one. So again, I'll follow your lead this time. So what do we do? New, yep. Virtual machine, that's correct. Next, Then you already know what the next one is going to be called, right? Yes, it should be HDC-SQL02. That's correct. Then let's change the location that we're going to store it. Then we are going to browse. Once we browse, we click on this PC, we go to our C drive, go to our VM location, and we select the HDC-SQL folder. There we go. Now we are here. We go next. Again, we take generation 1. We go next. We keep the same memory. We go next. We do our drop down. Default switch. We go next. We keep the same space, 127. We go next. Then we install our operating system. We select the image file, we browse, we select that, we open, we go next, and we finish. So as you can see, we have installed the virtual machine, but it's not yet completed, right? We have just we have created the virtual machines. Let me use the right terms, the right words, but we still need to install the software that is going to run these virtual machines. So before we move forward with that, there are some things that I just want to say real quick. Number one, this virtual machine, the state of the virtual machine is off right here. If I click on this virtual machine right here, I can connect, I can start, I can delete this virtual machine. The reason I'm showing this is because when this machine starts running, the option to delete is gone. You cannot delete it until you turn the machine off. Then the option again is going to show. Then you can go to the settings right here. Once you are in the settings, right, there are a lot of things you can do. I'll show you something that we're going to do here, especially with this DVD drive, right? We can browse, we can click on this DVD and we browse and go to our C drive and we can we go to the software location, and there are a lot of things that we can do. All right. So that being said, now let's run the software, that is going to bring our virtual machines to life. Let's install that software. How do we do it? You right click on your virtual machine, you click on connect. Then you see the start right there. Any key on your keyboard, please just keep pressing. Press. So click start and just press until you see start succeeded. It was so fast that at the bottom of the screen it says start succeeded. If this message comes on, just click no. That's fine. Okay. Now we have the software open up, and also you can expand your virtual machine. You can just click right here, expand it just like this. All right. Now all it's saying right here, just like a new computer, is saying that language to install is English, United States. Then the time, the currency and time format is English, United States. So just click next. Again, the keyboard is the US, just click next. And also it's saying that it's installing, it's not repairing. So we are installing, we are not repairing. So agree, we have to agree to that. Click next. So it's doing its thing. Now we are going to choose the second one, the one that's a Windows Server 2025 Standard Evaluation Desktop Experience. So what we are doing, that is fine, right? So click next. Now, then accept the conditions. And so it's doing its thing. It's just saying that we reserve 50 gigs for the space. That's correct. Click next. So wait for it. We're just going to wait for it. So, So now, once it's here, we hit install. So once this is installing, right, we can go up here, minimize. You see where it says minimize? Don't close up, please. Don't close. You minimize. You go back to your SQL01. So I'm going to be calling this HDC SQL01. I'm going to call it just SQL01, and I will call this SQL02. So I won't call it the full name. So you can go back to your SQL01 and right click, connect, and do the same thing we just did. So you click on start. Any key on your keyboard, just keep hitting. Hit that key until you see start succeeded. Once you see that, you can let go. Then you click no to that, and then you wait for it to open up. So it's taking some time. So we're just waiting for it to open up. Okay, so just give it just give it a few minutes. All right, so the same thing we did. So it's all next. So it's, English, we hit next because the same thing we just did. So you just hit accept this, you hit next. So it's getting ready. Select the second one. It's just next. Because remember, accept, we did this with the first one, right? So right now we should have an idea what to do. So it's telling us the space that's correct. And then we just wait for it to do its thing and we hit install. Then we minimize again from here and we go back to SQL02, right click on it, click connect and hit any key. Okay, no, connect start, any key on your keyboard, Still hitting until you see right here. You're gonna say start succeeded. Keep hitting, don't stop, don't stop. There you go, start succeeded. You can let go. So now we are here. And this is another reason why I said please have a good enough RAM, have a good enough CPU, have space, because if you don't have a good enough RAM, you cannot run all these computers all at once like I'm doing, right? Because remember, I have a main physical computer and I have 2 computers plus this right now. That is 3 computers running all at once. So if you have CPU and RAM, so just it's not good enough, then you won't be able to do what we are doing. So again, same thing we did last time. The language to install is English, currency and time is English, just hit next. Then keyboard is in US English, that's correct. Then we are installing, agree, the same thing we did last time. So we're just doing a repetition of what we did. So, okay, we select the desktop experience, the second one. Okay, go next. Then we accept. Okay, so we accept it. And then we click next. So just give it some time. And we click install. So now all 3. So I've minimized that. So if I come down here, so you see, if I click right here, I can go, I can see this is at 76%. I come over here. This is at 30%. I minimize that and I go back, go to the last one. The last one is at 10%. So as you can see, it's going to take some time. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pause the video. And once the installation is almost complete, it's going to prompt me to put in a password. I'll come back and we can continue from there. So I'll see you guys and girls in a few minutes. All right, so I'm back and I believe the first virtual machine that I created, the domain, yes, the domain, as you can see right here, is prompting me for a password. And as you can see right here, the username is grayed out, which means that for now, my username is administrator. So please write this down. Remember this. This is what your username is going to be. So let's give it a password. Let's give it a simple password that we are going to use for this class. We're going to use this password for everything we do for this class, just in case you forget it, you can always remember. The password is going to be America 2025. The first letter, the A, is going to be capital letters. Everything else is going to be lowercase. So it's going to be capital A, then America. America 2025. Let me see if I missed something. Yes, you see that? Okay. If you click on the black eye right there, on the black thing, the eye, you can see the password. So you go down there and repeat the same process. America 2025. And you can look right here and to verify the password. Good. So you click finish. So now this is finalizing. As you can see, it is finalizing the installation or the creation of our virtual machine. Just give it some time. So let me go back and check if anything else is done. Oh yes, you see on HDC SQL 01, it's prompting me to give it a password. So I'm going to do the same thing I just did. So I'm going to give it America 2025. Oh, capital letter, sorry. The A, then America 2025. Let me check. That's good. Go down here, do America 2025. And let me look right here. Good. So click finish. And it's finalizing the installation or the creation of these virtual machines. So also, you see that I can switch from one virtual machine to another, right? Because if I click in the bottom, like right here, I can move my cursor to the right, and that's the domain. If I move my cursor to the one in the middle, that's the SQL 01. And if I move my cursor to this one here, that is SQL 02. So let me show you something real quick. Now, this is prompting me to connect, right? So I put in the password. As you can see, connect to domain. All you have to do is connect. Just click. So once you do that, it's going to ask me to put in my password again, right? As you can see, this is it right here. So just put the password again. So put America 2025. You can double check it and you click go. You can minimize this. I believe that, okay, let's do one thing at a time. Let me minimize this so no confusion. Also, the SQL 01 this HDC that SQL 01 is prompting us to connect. So let's connect. Once we connect, then we can take care of the other stuff. Okay. We put America 2025. Did I miss something? Hopefully I did not. Yes, I did not. Okay, so click, and now it's connecting. Now let's go back to SQL 02 right here. So let's put in our password, right? So we put America, capital letter, don't forget. America 2025. You go down, we do the same thing. America 2025. So we look. Oh no, I missed something. That's why you always check, right? America 2025. Now I missed. Let me see. There you go. 2025. There you go. So we have it now. And we click finish. So once we click finish, it's going to prompt us to connect like the other two did. And once we connect, then we should be good to go. It means that we have completed. We have completed the creation of our virtual machines. It means our virtual machine. Yep. You see, now it's prompting us. It says connect to HDC-SQL 02. Once I click connect, so you should do the same thing. If that message pops up on your screen, please click connect. Just connect to it. And boom, let's connect. This is okay. Come over here. Capital letter America 2025. Double check that everything's spelled correct, and we go in. Yes. All right. This is signing in. Perfect. So we have completed the creation of our 3 virtual machines. So we have the domain, we have the HDC-SQL 01, and we have the HDC-SQL 02. So we can look at the interface of this virtual machine to see how they look. So if I go on the domain, this is the inside of the domain. Just like every new computer, I just click accept. And I'm here. So this is the interface. This is how it looks. This is how a domain computer looks like, right? So you can just click on this message that says do not show this again and cancel. That is fine. And we are going to talk more about it in the next class. But for right now, I just want to show you how it looks and everything. See right here, we are connected to the internet. We can browse. We can do a lot of things just like any regular computer. But if you look at the name of this computer, right, it says win something something. We are going to talk about that during the next class. But for right now, let's just focus on the fact that we have accomplished this mission, right? So you can go to SQL 01, which I just did, right? So come back here, you click on this, the middle one, you go to SQL 01, you accept, the same thing, you minimize out this one, and you accept. All right, so we have come to the end of our class to create virtual machine. Again, I hope it was straight. I know I had to move from one virtual machine to another. I had to transition and do multiple things, but hopefully it wasn't confusing. Hopefully everything was clear, and hopefully you were able to follow the process. If you have a good computer, if you have a good internet, I'm pretty sure you are having a good time right now. But if you don't have a good computer, I'm pretty sure everything is pretty slow, sluggish, and just, so that is the reason why I repeat, as we said before, please try to get a good computer. All right, I'll talk to you guys and girls during the next class, and hopefully we see you again. Ciao, ciao. Bye-bye.